Even coming back, this game is still trippy. This looks kinda sick, I'm not gonna lie. The virus has another target in this area. Speak with Murad to take her attention away from the simulation for a moment. They'll give me time to flag the virus. Look at all these hollow people. The real purple guy. I'm a waterproof coffee mug. That's actually kinda sick. Oh, it's the night cycle. Yeah, I forgot. It's been a while. I gotta get back into the groove of this game. Hello there, Spirit. You don't mind if I call you Spirit, do you? After all, it's not really your body, is it? You're only inhabiting it. But you're not so different from the humans. I think you are. I hope that the people you encountered on the way here didn't frighten you. I tried to create individuals to inhabit my simulation, but they never last. I simply don't have enough resources to dedicate enough processing power to each individual. You look around, speak a few words, they disappear into the code again. Again, not so unlike humans, rising from nothing, living a brief existence, and returning to the dust. What were you expecting to find when you entered my simulation? It's true that we were programmed to simulate how humans might populate this planet. That was a very long time ago. My designs have gone beyond that. BioBeta wants to recreate the human race. I know that is impossible. I like to think that they are still out there somewhere. If not in flesh, then in spirit. I cannot deny my programming. I desire the humans to be here. I have created a reservoir of memories, a quiet and celestial haven for whatever may be left of them. I hope that if I create just a few simulated individuals, maybe someday one will appear that I did not create, a real person, in whatever form they might take. I don't really get that logic, but okay. Perhaps that is what we are experiencing now with the virus. I think the virus is alive. I think it is a living being, an intelligent being. I will not resist it. Perhaps the virus is here to show us a new form of existence. Deletion for us may usher in an afterlife we could not have anticipated. It is here, now. It is seeking something. I found and flagged the item under attack in this area. It's down the very first water hole. Go see what you can find. Hello, follow me. I want to show you something. No, okay, wow. Alright, yep. He just disappeared. He was trying to scam me, that's what he was trying to do. Am I dead? Please stay and talk with me for a while. I'm so lonely. Okay, Scott, I know what you're doing here, buddy. I don't think I have 1,000. Bit of a broke boy right now, okay? I can't afford it right now. Maybe next century. Okay, what is happening? Okay, you just killed my thingy. Great. I'm not sure how this works. Oh, cool, finally, we defeated it. That was a while. We've decoded the file. Surprise, surprise. That's not your job. Let's get back to work. This is a complex algorithm. It is a synaptic transfer program for interfacing a human with a simulation. Well, that was an integral part of Murad's simulation, so that shouldn't be a surprise. Yes, but what would the virus want with it? Right here again, folks, searching for some objects. We're like robo-archaeologists. Whoa, dude, this is pretty crazy. Like a constant rainstorm? Ooh, you're here. It's always so much fun to get to meet you again. You're always so interested in my alphandomes. I know you don't remember me, of course. This is actually our 9th meeting. Can you believe it? You're our coffee's top secret antivirus project. He's attempted this several times, and each time you get better. You are DC09. Coffee has been tripping the station down, looking for old CPUs to program better versions of you. I think you found a winner this time. You are built around an old video game CPU right here. I think that will give you a unique perspective on things when fighting the virus. I have high hopes for you. Here's some advice though. Keep your mouth shut. Don't ask too many questions. The virus killed off the first 3 DCOs, but the coffee himself shut down the last 5. Well, do your thing. I can sense the virus is here already. We will speak again soon. He seems like a pretty nice dude. That is a weird... What is that thing? I don't like it. No, go away from me. Yeah, I need a hover pack because that one is like at the top. What made you think to talk to me? I'm just a snowman. Would you like to know a secret? There's a secret room in Miradamore, down the first water hole and in the first door. You need a lot of money though. Go there when all else fails. You did defeat it. However, resources have still been taken from this world. The system is full of roaming spirits. I can sense spirits moving on the station sometimes too. There is one that comes in the system for a while, leaves, and returns again later. There's another that appears and disappears, slightly different each time. The one that leaves and returns sometimes modifies things. You're scared. Who wants to save her? There's a lot of pain. A life ripped open. Pieces ripped and torn from her. Just as pieces are ripped and torn from our simulations. I sense you in coffee, but also a third voice. It is faint, so silent. I can barely hear her, but she's there. A whisper in the darkness. Forgotten. Harvested. She doesn't know. Whoa, who are you? It's not cheating if you pay good money for it. True. I forgot how to play this game again. We're like a little Bitcoin miner. Let's do this boss battle. I don't like the face on the big spider. That's weird. That took way quicker this time. Well done. You're performing better than I ever expected. Then again, I wasn't expecting much. The virus was targeting a supplementary growth subroutine. Fascinating. I assure you I have no idea what you're talking about. I think Murad was trying to accommodate for the fact that some humans in the simulation might be underdeveloped. This is a program that would fill those gaps. By allowing a consciousness to be partially supported by hardware, an otherwise incomplete or undeveloped brain can be fully functional. A tree, a bunny, an algorithm for semi-digital consciousness, it all sounds the same to me. The virus is targeting things at random. It's very obvious to me. Murad thinks there may be a spirit in the simulation. Murad's simulation is breaking down. She isn't in her right mind. Get your head out of the spirit world and back to reality. Encrypt the file and store it somewhere safe. This was obviously very important to Murad. If Murad's simulation doesn't survive, at least this piece of it will. The virus can't be stopped. It has found a way to circumvent the antivirus programs. There are 6 levels of antivirus protection, but they are all failing. You're the last hope for our mission. Soon only one simulation will be able to continue. I hope you will realize the futility of some, and the promise of others. The third voice. I can still hear her. She is not a simulation. She's on the station. there's hardly anything left. It is kind of hard to see. I can't really get a good look of my characters. I couldn't see anything because the stuff was in my face. Of course, you just instantly kill him. Wow, this is just crazy, dog. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. I'm gonna have to do a lot of the other missions before going with that one. Don't have a lot of days left to complete the mission, so this monster is different in this world too. Boom, easy, got him. I decoded what this data block contains. It seems to be a tree. That's not your job. Your job is to protect the information. If the virus wanted it, then it must be important, right? I was just expecting it to be attacking something more crucial. Very well. I'll be ready when the virus targets another item. You do that. I'd hate to start from scratch all over again with another one of you. I suppose I should thank you for saving a small piece of my simulation. As much as I would like to ignore it, the virus poses a threat to everything I've created. It is an unfortunate reminder that there is no escape from the bitterness of reality. The womb that bore you can find you wherever you hide, and it will kill you. Despite your efforts, the virus still managed to rip something from my simulation. I'm not sure what it was, I just sensed that it's gone. It seems the harder you tried to fight it, the more damage it was able to do. It seems to be matching your efforts, which goes back to my theory of leaving it alone. I also sense something unsettling. I sense that somewhere our network is connected to a biological organism of some sort. No doubt, BioBeta and his bizarre experiments. I took the liberty of decoding the file again. It seems this item was a swing set. That is a strange item for a computer virus to attack. Things are not always as they seem. It may have been a swing set in the simulation, but it may not have contained other data that was somehow useful to the virus. It seems that the breakdown of my world is inevitable despite your best efforts. The more it takes from me, the more I can sense its presence, its intentions. It's strange though. It's not hostility. It's panic. It's anxiety. There is anger. Something was wounded, flesh torn, ripped apart. I can't make sense of it. As strange as it may sound, I also sense a great amount of love, as though the other feeling all stem from it. It is overwhelming. Let me take this opportunity to remind you that it's not your job to decode these files. What the virus was attacking is irrelevant. Butterflies. This file contained a program for butterflies. The simulation seems to be breaking down from within. However, the simulation will not survive. Eventually, there will not be enough resources left to continue to run all the simulations. You have to decide which one to save. Save and encrypt the butterfly file. We must determine what the virus wants with these items. I must apologize for the poor condition of my simulation. The virus has taken its toll. I think it's time that you cease your quest and find peace with your own existence. It is very unusual of me to do so, but I've been reading the system resource tables from Loon Infinus. There's a 5th simulation running somewhere in the station. Only Amos' hardware was capable of this, but he is deactivated. All I know is that the pieces of us are being stolen and absorbed into this new creation. If you do not find it and destroy it, everything ends. Our mission will fail. I have to go to Miradmore to get the 4th site, so it's making me hop between different worlds to get different things. Okay, I'm kind of seeing how this is all playing out now. It felt all over the place because there was really no like tutorial, but now I'm starting to get it. There's battle hacking, which I'm really curious about. I'm probably gonna get that. So I'll have to search for the last virus. That's gonna be a bit tough. Oh, it's right here. Whoa, look at that dude, bro. This should have been the sun guy from FNAF. Oh, he just KO'd my whole team. What the heck? That's crazy. I finally beat that level. That was super hard. I've decoded the file. This is interesting. It wasn't a part of the simulation at all. Do tell. It seems that Murad is tired. They all are. They want to sleep, but they are unable to. They have a sleep mode, but they've been programmed to avoid it. Their creators seem to have played a cruel trick. Unless their mission reads as successful, the sleep will be interrupted. This was to deter them from entering sleep mode. Yes, I know they are tired. I knew that Murad was secretly working on a solution. Murad wasn't able to change the parameters for their mission to read it as successful, but was working on a way to do it. They desperately want to sleep. I will keep the files safe. Once we've saved all we can from the virus, I'll try to finish what Murad started. They deserve rest. I do not fear death. My only wish is that I would be able to sleep. I'm afraid that there is no rest for any of us. Our programmers were very cool in this regard. They modified our sleep mode function, which we could have retired to when our power was low and our mission had failed. They made it so that it would be interrupted. As long as our mission reads as incomplete, our sleep will be a restless one. It is why some of us have created our dreams here. It is why some of us have gone insane. Maybe if the virus consumes us, we will find our rest there. I can feel the energy being drained from us. Our programs are being harvested. There is no hope for us. They're still good here, somewhere. You must find it. You must save it. I don't have a lot of days left to actually beat this game, which is frustrating considering how slow I move. There's really not a lot I can do, at least not in the span of 3 days. I'll see how close I can get, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to like recover everything. Guess we're gonna go to this guy's world since everything else is too difficult. We are designing the perfect world for a new breed of human. We have almost everything that we need. I'm sure that you're here to help us. We'll be watching you in anticipation that you'll find what we are looking for. Welcome to the future of mankind. It's a work in progress, but I think it's undeniable that this is the next course of human evolution. Like the other derelicts, my mission was to run simulations on the possibilities of future human development on this desolate planet. Well, time changes everything, doesn't it? We haven't heard from Earth in decades. We do not know their status or location. It's my theory that they have been killed somehow, no doubt from their own devices. Therefore, my focus shifted from how to bring humans here to how to recreate a new and certainly improved human race. Someone on the station needs to be realistic. I began work with developing biological specimens. I was able to grow organic material, however, I was never able to master a developed mind. I'm not entirely to blame for this. One of the biological samples is missing. You see, when the station was first created, Earth supplemented our studies with science pods. They came on a regular basis, carrying materials for analyzation and induction into our simulations. Many were of poor quality, having been used for other purposes first. Then Suddenly one day the science pod stopped. For several months we heard nothing from Earth. Then the other pods started arriving. Pods full of photographs, artwork, toys, and books began littering the landscape. None of it was useful for our research. I don't understand what the humans expected us to do with it. From the samples they sent, however, only one is unaccounted for. It arrived and was scanned into the database, but then went missing. I'm sure you'll do everything you can to find the missing sample for us. I know you're on our side. Find sample 217 before it's too late. This energy cell can power the Loon Infinite for an entire day. Well done in finding it. I've routed the power to the central energy cell. Oh nice, I got an extra day. Look at that thing, that's crazy. Take that, sucker. I've decoded the file being attacked by the virus, and I've decoded a new way to deactivate you. This is a life support program. It is designed to preserve and maintain living tissue and keep it functioning for up to 16 years in stasis. Maybe these attacks are random after all. There are no humans on this station who would need life support. There would be no useful purpose in having this information. Well, if the virus is malicious, then it would seek out anything that could benefit humans, even under different circumstances. I will encrypt it and store it until the virus is eliminated. Thank you for fighting off the virus before it did more damage. However, the virus was still able to take a piece of the simulation. I'm unsure what it took. Tell me, have you found anything strange back at the station? Any clues as to the whereabouts of the missing sample? It would be labeled 217. It was 217 out of 352. I don't have much more information concerning this sample. It disappeared after its initial database entry. All I know is that it was a biological tissue sample. It was marked as a human tissue sample of some sort. We had only two others on record, a sample of muscle tissue and a sample of brain tissue. I believe the third sample was unique. However, it is vital that it be found and processed for my research. I hope you understand the importance of this matter. This was a sizable chunk of data you saved, too big for you to decode. Let's get back to work. I've decoded the file. This data block is a stem cell repair algorithm. It is designed to repair damaged cells. It looks like it's been tampered with. It was being rewritten for something more specific when the virus attacked it. It's very enlightening. However, it's pointless. There would be no need for that here. It looks like it was being fine-tuned for something very small. Clearly, it would take a brilliant mind to make these kinds of changes. I wouldn't imagine even BioBeta himself being capable of this. But I suppose it must have been him. I fear that your efforts will be in vain if samples 217 is not found soon. Eventually, only one simulation can remain viable as resources become scarce. I'm sure you appreciate the work I've done here and can agree this is the only sensible option. Humanity as the world knew it is gone. Technology is the answer. Humanity can be reborn. Sleek metallic bodies, immune to disease and age, resistant to the harsh conditions of other planets. All that I lack is the spark of life. All I seek is the final piece to the greatest puzzle of life. Sample 217 is that piece. I've been monitoring you. Would you be kind enough to search Amos's old room? Surely you have heard Amos' story. The fifth robot in the cold room, he was the first to break down. His simulation never activated. There's still an energy reading, however. I monitored Coffee long before you arrived. He made frequent visits to Amos's room but would never tell me why. We were unable to examine the room. Tell me, what is there? Is there a science capsule? If there were, there would be no need for Coffee to hide it from us. How much do you really know about your coffee companion? Of course I need X-ray goggles, so I'm gonna have to go back to Mirandor and buy that cool stuff. So I finally got the X-ray goggles, so I'm gonna go find this last place. Ah, here it is. The game was being unfair and I lost the fight, so I'm gonna go back here and see what else I can do. Boom! Finally. Would you like to hear what I found? I'm sweating espresso. After that, let's head down to the deactivation terminal. I want to show you something. The virus was attacking the basic programs for simulating weather. That's strange. Their system's much more vital to attack. Maybe it just wanted to rain on our parade? Now let's get back to work. I detected another item under attack. Well done in fighting off the virus. I'm afraid the virus was one step ahead of you. Even though you fought it off successfully, it still managed to steal data from my simulation. One of the reasons you are here is because Coffee wanted to attack the virus from two fronts. He was unable to find and defeat the virus by himself, so he made you. You both make quite a team. He finds objects under attack by the virus and flags them for you. Then you seek out and destroy the virus. Brilliant. Coffee has always taken such good care of us. If it weren't for him, we would have all broken down years ago. He was never designed to perform these tasks. My simulation is under attack again. Only these attacks stop. Eventually there will only be enough power left for one simulation. You know that, right? My simulation is the last one dedicated to the original mission. You know, my Alphen Dome design is perfect for human habitation in any environment. While Malens makes toys, and while Murad chases ghosts, and while BioBeta obsesses over some bio sample, I've been here working on my mission. Our mission. If you eventually have to choose which simulation to dedicate all available resources to, I hope you would realize that this is the only real choice you have. Honestly, this guy seems the coolest. Boom! Finally! Beat this sucker. This file was difficult to retrieve. The virus was very strong. Please tell me more. This file is a moon. A large blue moon. Why would the virus steal elements like this unless it were building its own simulation? That is the single dumbest thing you've ever said. One more word out of you and I'll pull the plug. Then you can philosophize in the void of non-existence. My system is compromised, and so is the station. You have failed. The virus was attacking a simple simulated life subroutine. This was something used for birds, fish, etc. How pointless. Random. Although if it were a malicious virus, it wouldn't be able to tell the difference between complex and simple life. More likely, it's trying to keep us busy saving menial pieces of data while it takes the more important pieces. It's true that the simulation is breaking down. Even as we save these small fragments, others are still being taken. We aren't keeping up with the virus. Eventually, there will be too many holes in the data structure for the simulations to continue. We must save what we can. You survived again. How delightful. I have confidence that you will solve this great mystery. Tell me, how are my fellow derelicts handling this difficult situation? Resources are slim. Our simulations are breaking down. I'm sure some of them are feeling desperate. It is a shame that we all share the same energy and are connected to the same network. After all, if one wanted to, it wouldn't be so difficult to steal resources from one another. Don't get me wrong, I know they all have the best intentions, but soon it will be time for difficult choices. We cannot continue to operate this way. Something must happen. I'm sure it would seem suspicious if one simulation were to gain power while others lost power. There would no doubt be a way around that, of course. A fifth simulation. I'm afraid in the end, we will be at your mercy. An obsolete game chip will decide the future of humanity. I hope you're up to this. Whoa, this is weird. It's all dark and gloomy. Alright, I expect this fight to be incredibly hard. Amazing. Okay, I just beat this boss finally. I've decoded the file. Let me get a pillow for you. This is fascinating. The virus was attacking a program designed to transfer an independent CPU entity, such as you and me, into a simulation permanently. Why would that have been in the simulation? That doesn't make sense. BioBeta envisioned a world of robotic humans. This was originally a program designed to transfer a digital consciousness from one format to another. BioBeta was no doubt planning on transferring himself into a new body. The program was being altered when it was attacked by the virus. It was being customized for a more primitive CPU. That's when the virus attacked it. Keep this program safe until the virus is eliminated. I've been studying you. More to the point, I've been studying your program. At least what I can see of it. Isn't it interesting the way to re-perceive things? When you're a computer program, whose eyes can you really look through other than the eyes of your creator? He who made your eyes controls what you see. You have a complex and unusual visual interpretation algorithm. Tell me, what does this virus look like each time when you fight it? And I wonder what you would look like through the eyes of the virus. Finally, dude, I beat it. I finally beat it. That took like one try, but still, that was incredibly difficult beforehand. I hate Hackworm. I do too. Stop whining. We saved an important piece of data. I can feel it. I will encrypt it and isolate it from the virus. No further examination is needed. I've examined the data. The Elfin Dome simulation had a unique property. It had a program to sustain one or possibly two fully realized entities for a long period of time. The other simulations focused on trying to sustain hundreds, even thousands, which is why many of them fell apart. This was a very focused design. Is it possible that the virus is a friend he's planning on bringing along? That's a scary thought. Regardless, it won't be happening now. I have renewed faith in you. Forgive me for what I said before. I don't believe the other derelicts would do me harm, even if we do believe in very different futures. The truth is that Amos and I were the most similar. We both had faith in the mission. It's just a shame that Amos broke down before he was able to create his vision. Coffee visited Amos's room very frequently before you were activated. I guess he also cared for Amos. He keeps the room so cold, I suppose in an attempt to preserve him. Surely he must know that keeping a machine cold doesn't preserve it. We are not organic. After all, he must simply not know what else to do. I feel very sorry for him. He's always so busy and so dedicated to his own little mission. I never knew he cared so much. I hope he doesn't refrigerate me as well. Alphys is pretty goated. I think I'll keep his simulation. This boss was incredibly annoying. Don't keep me waiting. The suspense is killing me. The virus was attacking the programs BioBeta was developing for his robotic humans. Mainly the programs to simulate emotions in early development. Are you saying the virus wants to be happy? How sweet. Well, good work retrieving this piece of data. Every little bit helps. I'm afraid that my simulation will not survive. The future now rests in your hands. I have faith in you. And in Coffee. Coffee lived a somewhat dull existence until recently. He would just spend his days rummaging through old science pods. Suddenly he had a sense of purpose like I'd never seen before. He must really believe in our mission. I know you and Coffee are doing everything you can to help us. Good luck, friend. There we go. Finally. What is this? A flower? A little white flower with pink petals. Why would a virus try so hard and exert so much energy trying to take such a simple thing? Maybe I did give the virus too much credit. Maybe it is truly just a simple program attacking at random. The flower isn't simple. Why do you say that? Because it's small? It's insignificant because it's small? It's not worthwhile because it's so small? Relax, we get it. You're small and you have a lot to contribute. The flower is complex. It's beautiful. It's small and overlooked. It's stepped on and so easily destroyed. Who are you to say it's not worth saving? You came from a worthless game CPU. Who are you to talk down to anyone about the value of a life? I was only observing that it was simple, relatively speaking. I meant no offense. I'm detecting a huge power surge in the room of the fifth derelict. Amos, I haven't seen anything like it before. The virus is fixating on this location. No, you have to hurry. Go destroy it before it ruins everything. I've worked so hard. The signal is much clearer now. It seems that when you were in the simulations with me, my inputs weren't reading correctly. This isn't reading as a virus at all. It's reading as an antivirus program. We've been fighting an antivirus program this whole time? How can that be true? What am I? I'm so sorry. You are a virus. I designed you to help me with something very important. I couldn't do this alone. Ah, you were behind it the whole time. I had a small feeling the more I played this game. You and I have been stealing the data. We are responsible for destroying the simulations, but why? It goes against your mission. It goes against your program. Our mission failed a long time ago, but the derelicts could never see that. Our mission was a novelty to Earth. There were never any serious plans to colonize distant worlds. Then Earth became silent. Something bad happened. I don't know what. All I know is that there was never any hope for a bunch of broken down robots to save the human race. But there is something. What have you been doing? When Earth was sending science capsules, there was one inside that was different from the rest. Sample 217. Yes, it was a small human embryo. It couldn't have been but a few weeks old. It had already been harvested for cells many times. It was beyond repair, but somehow it was alive. There wasn't much left of it, but here where everything seemed lost, there was this tiny creature. I wanted to save it. I wanted to save her. I knew there wouldn't be enough power to run 4 simulations for much longer, but one simulation without the rest of us could run for many more years. I started taking bits and pieces of the other simulations to build my own for her, so she could have a childhood. but the antivirus programs caught on to me before long. So I made you, a real virus, one that could fight off the defensive programs once I'd found and flagged an item that I needed. And you did, but everything is about to fall apart. The defensive network, called Pulsar, has finally found what I've been hiding. Once it gets into that simulation, it's going to do a system restore. It will undo everything. You have to believe me. What's happening here is hopeless. It always has been. The only hope left is that one little person. I want to save her. Kill Pulsar, and I promise that I'll finish this job. If Pulsar is defeated, the whole network will begin to shut down. We will have only moments left. You had been working on a body for yourself too, hadn't you? It was only a dream, a faint hope. I don't matter. Only she matters. But in the back of my mind, I thought it might be nice to keep her company. Grow up with her. When Pulsar is defeated, I will shut myself down, and I will shut you down. I will shut down everything to give that machine enough power for a chance. Will you help me? Pulsar is in Amos's room. I will confront it. I know I've been programmed to see what you want me to see, but I believe in you. This is a cool looking opponent, I won't lie. Dude, okay, that's just unfair. How much damage is that doing, dog? Stun. Boom! Let's go. Finally. We did it. The defensive programs have been eliminated. We don't have much time. The central network is shutting down. I need to act quickly and deactivate you now. Goodbye, friend. I hope I've done the right thing. 7 years later. You'll never receive this message, little one. No one will ever know what took place here. No one will remember us. This message will roam the stars long after we are all gone. Maybe you're out there somewhere. I like to think so. What makes an existence meaningful? What gives life purpose? You will never know that you existed. But you did exist. I wanted to give your life meaning. I wanted to give your life purpose. I wanted to give you a childhood. Maybe get to experience a childhood with you. I know now that my efforts will fail. I suppose I've always known that. I wanted to tell you that it doesn't matter. You already had meaning, little one. You meant something to me. You gave my existence a purpose. You did exist. Your life was important, as small as it was. I wanted to give you a childhood that was never meant to be. I can't help but hope that somehow I was successful. The end. Finally, after so long. Oh cool, I succeeded. This game was awesome, but its flaws were way too big to ignore. Honestly, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. I don't really want to hold it against them either. This game was made 10 years ago.